Welcome computer science betains. Today is your practical cum revision class. So today we'll be discussing practical part of chapter 1. Okay, so our first topic is maths library functions. Okay, so math library function, as we know, they are included in the math library. For that we need to import math library first. So we need to write import math. So let me tell you, we are in interactive mode. Rest of the programs will be doing in our script mode. Okay, why I have chosen interactive mode? Because we will be executing the functions, and after just writing them, we will be getting results. So I have chosen interactive mode. For the functions, programs will be done in script mode. Okay, so the math module has been imported. Now we can take help of this math module to execute different functions. The first function is ceil function. Okay, what this ceil function will do? It will return the smallest integer, not less than the number. Number is, what is the number that I'll be just passing here in the argument. Okay, let us say I am passing this floating point number 1.02. okay, so on pressing enter, it is giving me answer 2. So it is rounding off to the to a digit which is smallest but not less than the number. Okay, let me take another number, negative number it can be. If I take minus 1.02, then what will be the outcome of it? Minus 1. Why not minus 2? I told you, because minus 1 is bigger than the minus 2. Okay, see, every time if I need to write math dot this function, math dot this function, then it is little bit problematic for me. Let me do something else. What I will import all the functions of math module, and then I'll just be naming them with the argument, and it will get executed. Okay, so from math import star means all, means from math module all functions I'm importing here. Okay, now I need not write this math dot every time. So this is another method. Okay, so I'm again taking a negative number 3.8, let us say. So I'm getting an answer. So it's very easy. Every time I am not required to write math dot this, math dot this. So next function is square root function, that will help you to calculate square root of it. So square root, it is sqrt. Okay, sqrt, and I need to pass the number of which I need to calculate the square root. I'll get 9. Fine. Next is exponential function, that will return me the natural log. Okay, so you just need to pass that argument of which you need to calculate the log. So you will get the log like this. Okay, fabs function will give you the absolute value. Fabs. Okay, mind the spelling should be correct every time. If I'll give minus 1, modulus, it is absolute value, so it will give me positive value always. If I give minus 1, so it will give me plus 1. If I give 1 plus 1, so it will return me plus 1. Okay, now floor function, it is just opposite to the ceil function. Okay, floor function, again I am passing minus 1.02. just compare the outcome of it. You can see the outcome of this math.ceil function when I pass the same type of input to it. What was the outcome? Minus 1. What is the outcome now? It will return the smallest number, which is not less than this number. Okay, so ceil function ka just opposite is floor function. Okay, if I take the positive value here, 1.02. What will be the outcome according to you? Yes, it will be 1. Here it was 2. Okay, and here it is 1. It has to return the smallest number and it has to return the largest number which is not less than this number. 1.02 से less नहीं होना चाहिए. It should not be less. Okay. Next function is log function. So I need to pass value of a number along with the base. Two is the base here. Okay, I'm calculating the log of 1024 base 2. Okay, if we need to take base 10, that is natural log. Okay, so what is to be written? Either we write 1024 comma 10 or another method. Why 10 we are taking? Because we are taking natural log. Okay, so what is to be written? The value or the number value of which we need to calculate the log. We'll get the value like this. Now power function, POW. Fine. So if I need to calculate value of 4 raised to power 2, then outcome will be 16. Next is sine. I told you that sine function will always accept the argument in terms of radians. Okay, so we need not write the value of argument in terms of degrees. We need to write them in radius. See, I am writing the value of 30 degree. Okay, so what is 30 degree? Sine 30 degree is 0.1 by 2 na, so it's 0.5. Okay, now calculating the cos theta. Okay, 040472. But I'm getting 0.5 again. Why? Because it is cos 60. Cos 60 is again 1 by 2. Okay, 1 by 2 is 0.5. So it is nearly equivalent. Now let us take another function, tan theta. What is tan 45? We know. What is the value of tan 45? Is 1. Okay, so I'm giving argument 45 in terms of radian because we need to pass value here in terms of radian. 54. See, 1. Tan 45 is 1. Tan 45 is 1. Na? This is 45 actually. It is the conversion unit of it. How I calculated it? See, there are two functions, degree and radian functions. Na? We have read that also. If we want to convert from radians to degrees, so what we will do? We will use degree function. So degrees, it should be S is also there. Okay, so what I will write? 0.7854. You want to see how much it is in degrees? It is 45 degree. I told you tan 45 is 1. So this degree, how much is this degree? Is 45 degrees. So this was the radian value. Now if you want to do vice versa, what you need to do? Radians, S also is to be written along with it, na? So x will be 45. So what outcome you will be getting? See, again you are getting the same. Okay, this is how I calculated and I replaced it in cos theta, sin theta and tan theta. Now next function is f mode function. F mode function, for what reason we are using it? F mode function is basically used to return the division of your floating point numbers. Like if I am saying ki 7.4 should be divided by 3.3, let us say, So to divide floating point numbers we need f mod function. Actually it will give you remainder. Mod function is giving you remainder f before it has been added to indicate the floating point. So it will be your remainder. Okay, next is your factorial function. So factorial function is required. For that we need to write factorial, along with it the bracket you will write the number of which you want to calculate the factorial. So factorial of 4 is 24. Now if you want to calculate the HCF, so here we have GCD. Other name for HCF is GCD. So you need to pass two values like 8 and 6, greatest common divisor. Okay, so after pressing enter you will get 2. I hope you have understood all the mathematical function we have discussed. Thank you for watching it. See you in the next video. Keep revising and learning the things. Thank you all.